Alright, let's talk Browns. Alright, I'm on my way to go see the James Bond movie, so you guys don't have to excuse the music here. Normally I put in my football track, but I am in the car. Alright, before I get into the whole Browns-Bengals game, I want to talk about Ray Farmer and the press conference that he had, where he completely embarrassed himself and definitely let us know that he is not the man to lead the Browns to glory and success. Because when the reports came out that he felt that he didn't need a big name or any type of superstars at the skills position, that should let you know right there that man had no freaking idea what the heck he was doing. Now, sure, you had some picks that he had, free agents and draft picks that are panning out, like Gibson, okay, Tayshaun Gibson, K'Wan Williams, all right, Chris Kirksey. Oh, I love Chris Kirksey. Every time I see that guy, he's balling out. But they have him playing out of position at inside linebacker. I forgot the running back, Isaiah Crowell, who gets, of course, no type of ball touches this year. So much for bloody and noses. Anyway, also Duke Johnson. Now, as far as the rest of the draft picks, we'll see. We'll see how they pan out. All right. But anyway, everybody was harping this year on last year's 2 number 1 draft picks, and to be honest, I don't put those 2 draft picks on him. I see Johnny Manziel on the owner. Come on, man. I see Johnny Manziel as the pick of the owner, and Justin Gilbert as the pick for Mike Pettin. So I don't put those 2 on him. I don't put those 2 on Ray Farmer. But these 2 draft picks, all right, Danny Shelton and Cam Irving, I do put those on Ray Farmer, as well as the rest of the picks. Where you had your 4th round pick, Vince Mailey, getting cut and then picked up by Dallas and put on the practice squad, yet you wouldn't continue to work with Terrell Pryor. Alright, and I mean, I see why. He's got an ego problem. He probably thought he was out there looking like Jerry Moss, Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. He probably thought he was out there beasting like that. Alright, he was probably out there looking like Taylor Gabriel this year. Goodness gracious. And then you cut Josh Lenz, which kind of demoralized the team. Well, kind of took the steam out of him because everybody was pulling for him. And seeing how you can actually make a few roster spots, because right now I'm like, cut Taylor Gabriel. Alright, pick up Josh Lenz. Whatever. Either way, pick him up. If he's scrappy, put him on the team. Alright? You need scrappers. Taylor Gabriel, as much as he was a scrapper last year, he's not cutting the mustard this year. He's too small. Alright? He's gotten comfortable. So, I mean, you're eventually going to cut him anyway. Be it this regime or the next regime. He's not going to make the roster. So, why don't wait? But anyway, also when he sat up there during his press conference, it was like, well, you know, I consider myself a nerd. Done. Stop. We do not associate nerds with football. And that is turning out to be true. Because looking at some of the draft picks and free agent signings and the decisions that were made, whether you played or not, doesn't matter. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, if you don't have a keen football mind, it shows. And it's going to show in your performance. And right now, his performance, I wouldn't let him touch another draft to save my life. Are you kidding me? Hell no. Especially when it looks like you're going to have a top 5 pick. No. You blew that. You blew that. when you drafted Cam Irving, you should have been looking to move Mac. Instead of trying to move Joe Thomas at the last minute, you should have been looking to move Mac. So you should have went to Mac and said, hey, look, we got Cam Irving. Look, I don't know how this season is going to go. Let's say by week 5, week 6, it's not looking too good. Would you waive your no trade clause and allow us to trade you to the team of your choice? And I'm pretty sure Mac would have been like, yeah, get me up out of here. So that didn't happen. So now you're stuck with Mac for the rest of the year, and he's going to walk away for nothing. All right, you're going to get nothing for him. And then you didn't, and I swear this is what really kills me. You fired your offensive line coach that had 3 of those players, well, 2.5, because Mac was having the Pro Bowl year last year. But you had 2 of those players who go to the Pro Bowl, one of them being a rookie, and Joe Thomas, of course, gets in on name alone. But to have Batonio go to the Pro Bowl lets you know, hey, you did a good job in drafting him. Yes, I have to give that to Ray Farmer, the Batonio pick. All right? So, with that going on, you should have went ahead, you should have done it, but now he's going to walk away free. But you fired the offensive line coach, you have the assistant line coach who's not good enough, it's clearly visible, he's not good enough to coach this offensive line, and therefore now, you're going to get McCown killed. He was half dead, and they were still trying to throw him out there instead of throwing out Johnny Manziel. Because they know Manziel's limitations. And to get into the game, he didn't do bad in the first half. The second half, well, the Bengals adjusted their defense. They just went to a zone, okay, and only rushed their primary forward and tried to keep them in the pocket. All right, and I can't lie, he was actually making the right reads, but you had drop passes. Wide receivers didn't show up. The running game, what is going on with this not running the football in the second half stuff? How many games are you going to do that? That is so stupid. You call yourself, Johnny Filippo, he's a grinder. Okay, you're good in the passing game, but damn, dude, you got to balance that out. Where's your common sense? You have to balance it out. You have to run the football. It doesn't matter if they're only averaging 1 yard a carry. You still have to do it just to keep the defenses honest. And Isaiah Crowell was actually getting some good yards on the ground Thursday night. So to abandon the run and Duke Johnson only got 3 carries? Isaiah Crowell didn't get any carries after that? Are you kidding me? And then everybody want to try to, this is the beauty of it. You can't pin that on Johnny. You wonder why some of his passes got a little erratic, because he had all the pressure put on him. No draw screens, no dunk passes, nothing. He didn't even line up in the power I can do it. That says a lot about coaching. And as much as I wanted to try to avoid even going there, I think Pettin is done. In all honesty, I think Pettin is done. You can sit there and do the whole Tom Landry stoic face all you want to. I can understand that. But to not exercise your freaking football intelligence, to not override your offensive coordinator and say, hey, look, bro, we need to mix in some runs here. What are you doing? You can't just keep throwing these little dinky-dunky screen passes to these little smurfs of wide receivers and expect to win. You can't be sending them little bitty wide receivers, Taylor Gabriel, deep down the sideline on fade passes into the end zone. Not going to work. Not going to work. Where's my running game? Anyway. Yeah, I think Pettin has to go. I really think he has to go. And I really think the Browns' new coach, if you can't get Jim Tressel, which you probably can, you can get Jim Tressel if you can get a good GM for him to team up with. Alright? That way you can actually have a power running game. You draft Ezekiel Elliott, right, you get yourselves a good quarterback. If need be, you can get yourself a good quarterback. Trade Joe Hayden, get rid of him, because, man, he is just getting burnt this year. His name should be Toast Hayden. He's got to go. You got to get rid of Dante Whitner, because the young guys didn't look bad at all last night. All right, although it was embarrassing to see the Bengals run a wide receiver reverse. I haven't seen a wide receiver reverse get run in for a touchdown for that many yards since Jerry Rice was in a 49er uniform. I'm serious. That was embarrassing. For him to go untouched, Carson Palmer was the lead blocker, and they're hop, skipping, and jumping at the 15-yard line, heading into the end zone? That's embarrassing. But you're running an outdated defensive scheme that only 3 teams are running. The Browns, the Bills, and the Saints. And we saw what the Giants and the Jaguars did to that defense, did we not? It's supposed to be so vaunted. Nobody runs that defense. It's garbage. That Buddy Ryan defense has been outdated ever since Bill Walsh picked it apart in 1984. I keep saying that. So anyway, it's time to clean house and make a change. You gotta make a change. You have to make one more change. And, you know, everybody is still holding on to petting because the Browns won 7 games last year, and they were on the plus side of winning those 7. They were, 7-3, 7-4? 7-4, and everybody's like, oh, okay, we have something here. And then blame the collapse on the team on Brian Hoyer. When actually, it just took that long. It took 11 games for teams to have enough tape on the Browns, offense and defense. They're like, oh, this is what they're doing. Okay, let's take this away, that away, and that away. And then you start trying to force the ball to Josh Gordon, who came into the season lackadaisical. All right, and you can tell his head wasn't in it. I mean, look, he's back suspended again. So you blew that one. And when he come back next year, what are you going to do? You can't run this same offense with him. You need another complimentary wide receiver. And yes, dang, I forgot it. Travis Benjamin has stepped up tremendously. He has stepped up tremendously, but he's not a number 1. He's not a number 1, and he's building a case to be a solid number 2. But can he be a number 2 opposite of Josh Gordon? And you know what? That really, in all honesty, depends on who your quarterback is. Oh, come on, y'all. Sorry, parking garage. So anyway, I give Johnny, the first half I give him a B+. The second half I give him a C-, simply because of the wide receiver play. But other than that, oh man, I'm gonna tell you right now, this team is in disarray. You need to go ahead and start them the rest of the year, and start the young guys for the rest of the year too, and see what you got in them. And go into the off season, if you're gonna be there next year, go into the off season, all right, and be ready to make some hardcore decisions that's going to hurt a lot of the fans, because you did hurt Joe Thomas's feelings almost trading him and then not. And if you would have traded him, that would have been really stupid, because that would have been a betrayal. It was a betrayal for him if just entertaining the thought. Especially for what Denver was offering. Denver was offering what would amount to a high second and a high third round pick if you would have took their number 1 and number 2 picks, just based on how they're going to be in the draft order based on their playoff appearance, because they are going to the playoffs. You'd have been probably picking somewhere after 20, definitely after the 25. What type of number 1 pick can you get after that? Aaron Rodgers is not slipping down to you. But anyway, alright, that's my Browns report. I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.